This is so gross, you guys, and I am debating if I even want to say this right now. Mixed with the scent of the Fenty foundation, it kind of smells like cat pee. It's a little gross. Okay, yeah, that's just little strange. I'm just gonna say that, and we're gonna leave that statement right there, and we are going to move on. Hey guys, welcome to today's video. We are going to be doing a full face of brand new makeup. I have accumulated quite the collection of brand new items. I have things from The Balm, Pacifica, I've got Kylie Cosmetics, Physicians Formula, Fenty, I have IT Cosmetics, so it's going to be a fun time. I haven't done a video like this on my channel ever. Usually I will test out 1 or 2 products or maybe even 3 at a time. Very rarely do I have enough brand new product to do a full face of new makeup because, well, I buy all of this stuff on my own and it can get pretty pricey. So we've got a good mix. We've got drugstore, we've got high-end. So this will be fun to sit down and see how this stuff works out. The first product I do want to talk about is a mask. Now I did order a bunch of the new organic wear stuff from Physicians Formula, so we will get into that in just a moment, but as a free gift, they sent me their Refreshment Cucumber and Bamboo Clay Mask. So I did use this right before putting on my skincare and sitting down to film this video, and I have to be honest with you, you guys, this mask was really nice first impressions. It went on easily. I love that it comes like in this stick type deal, this kind of business right here, because it keeps it nice and clean. You're not getting your hands full of stuff, and it was really easy to rinse off with water. It did leave my skin feeling very refreshed. It was very cooling. I didn't notice any redness, tightness, dryness, irritation. It is a really nice mask from the drugstore. Really impressed with that. So I have 2 brand new primers in front of me, and I figured we would just put 1 on each side of the face and go with it. So I have in front of me from Kylie, this is just her brand new face primer. This just launched with her birthday collection. It comes with an ounce of product. And then I picked up from Physicians Formula, this is their Organic Wear Mineral Primer with Cactus Flower. I do have to be honest, I am slightly more excited for this one right here. Just looking at the ingredients, it has aloe vera, jojoba oil, and again, the botanical cactus flower. I do have pretty dry skin, and I don't know what's going on, but my skin is drier than usual right now. So I feel like my skin might be a little bit more privy to this, but it's all about how it performs and how the makeup lays on top. So for foundation, we're going to be using the brand new Fenty foundation. This is their Pro Filter Hydrating Longwear Foundation. So we're going to test this out. I picked mine up in the shade 220. I am going to be using a beauty blender, but in typical Crystal fashion, I left my beauty blender unwashed and in my bathroom. So I will be right back. Why do I always do this? I'm going to start off with the Kylie primer. I've read some reviews on this, and it is getting rave reviews on her website anyways. And I've seen other people talk pretty positively about this. So we will see if I like it. That went on really nicely. It definitely does feel hydrating. Like my skin feels nice and smooth and hydrated. It went on well. It's not pilling up on top of my moisturizer or anything. So that's a plus. Let's move on to the Physicians Formula Organic Mineral Wear Primer. This packaging is heavy duty. This is some sort of glass. It's got a nice pump. I just think that it's beautiful packaging. Now, this is green in color. It doesn't say that it helps with redness or anything, but we will see. Physicians Formula did also drop a new Organic Wear mineral-based foundation, a liquid foundation that came out in a pretty decent range of shades. I would say considering what their shade range has been like in the past. It has coconut oil in it, and my skin does not like coconut oil. If I wanted to break out, I would put that on my face. So this one feels really nice too. This one feels even more so hydrating than the Kylie side. So we will see how the makeup layers on top. Let's go ahead and dip into the Fenty foundation. Now, usually more hydrating foundations aren't as runny as this. Look at that kind of run down the back of my hand. Interesting. Let's start with the Kylie side. Wow. This is heavily fragranced. It smells like straight up like men's cologne. It smells good, don't get me wrong, but I don't know. A formula has to be really good for me to be okay with the fragrance. Like my L'Oreal Fresh Wear foundation has quite a scent to it, but it's more of like a fresh scent. And there's something about that that kind of like tricks my brain into thinking like that kind of a fragrance is okay, if that makes any sense. This just smells so perfumey and like cologne that I'm hoping that it doesn't irritate my skin. So I did get some nice coverage out of that foundation. That was about a half pump on one side of the face using my Wet n Wild sponge. It looks really nice. Let's go ahead and get a closer look. It looks really nice on top of the primer. It's sitting very nicely on top of the skin. Looks very natural, dewy, hydrated. I'm a fan of that. I do want to layer up just a little bit more. Not a lot of product comes out with one pump, which I'm okay with. I feel like that wastes less product. So there we go. I mean, that's about probably a solid full pump on one half of the face, and it looks really nice. I got some awesome coverage out of it. It's just the fragrance. It's taking a little while to dissipate. I can still kind of smell it, and I do want to make note of that because I know some people are more sensitive to fragrance. So beware of that if you are sensitive to fragrance and product. This one's a little bit on the hefty side. All right, let's see how this layers on top of the Physicians Formula Primer. I'm definitely a fan of how this looks on top of the Kylie. Just me, or does this look like it's oxidizing more on this side? Interesting. I know that that can happen. Oxidization usually happens with moisture on the skin, so it's sometimes like what type of moisturizer or primer you use can affect how product oxidizes on the skin. So we'll see once I blend this out. You know, is it just me, or for some reason did I get more coverage and I felt like things spread out a little bit differently on this side? I don't know if that's a thing. Maybe that's just me thinking that. But I feel like I don't need to put any more product on this side, and I put the same amount. Who knows? But it's looking pretty good. I'm not noticing a huge difference in the way the foundation is looking based on the primer. So I will say that things are looking very similar. We'll just see how everything kind of dries down, and we will move on to the next product. So for concealer, I have a newer one from Pacifica. This did come out a few months ago, but it is new to me. I have been meaning to review this for you guys. This is their Natural Minerals Liquid Cover Full Coverage Lasting Concealer. This is 100% vegan and it is cruelty free. I have mine in the shade 18WL. Warm light, I'm assuming that means. Let's try out some concealer. It says this is supposed to be full coverage. We will see about that. My allergies have been so crazy lately that I do have very dark, tired looking eyes. Just has your typical kind of small doe foot applicator. I have to be honest, first impressions, I am not necessarily loving this concealer. I definitely would not call this full coverage by any means. It almost looks kind of like grainy and chalky on the under eyes. I don't know if it's the shade that I chose, which is very possible, but this isn't very different than what I would normally choose. I feel like it's almost exaggerating the darkness on my under eyes right here in the center. So I'm just going to try to layer it to see if that makes a difference. It is a lighter shade, but I've used lighter concealers than this before, and I typically don't encounter this problem. Yeah, I'm just not a fan at all. Like, I actually hate the way that this is making my under eyes look. Gross. All right, let's move on from that. Let's try some of the Pacifica. This is their Cherry Velvet Matte Translucent Setting Powder. We will see how this works out. Nice packaging on the inside, so it's got this little thing that kind of protects the mesh screen from underneath. Let's see if it has like a cherry scent. And it kind of does. It smells kind of nice. So I'm just going to dip my beauty blender in this product, and we will bake a little bit on the under eyes with it. Yeah, my under eyes look like absolute ass. I'm not a fan of this right now at all. And I'm not even going to bake. I'm just going to set some powder under the under eyes. Just kind of set that so things aren't creasing. Definitely helped the situation under my under eyes, but things are still looking just a bit odd and gray and not my favorite. Just gonna wipe that away, any excess here. All right, so let's move on to the next products that I have from Physicians Formula. I am really excited for these in particular. I have their Dewy Blush Elixir with Superfruits. So it's supposed to leave like a nice dewy blush finish. And then I also have their, these are both from the Organic Wear line. I have the Sculpting Bronzer with Jojoba Oil, and I picked mine up in the shade, I believe it is Toffee. It doesn't say it on here, but I know that's what I picked up. They had 2 different shades. They did have a darker one than this. So let's start with the bronzing stick. I'm just gonna show you guys a swatch here. So it's a really nice color. It is very creamy. So we will kind of contour and bronze with this. Kind of reminds me, the color is very similar to the Milk Makeup bronzing stick, but obviously this would be the more hydrating, dewy version. So I'm just gonna take the butt of my beauty blender and just start to blend this out and pray to God that it doesn't move around my foundation. I also hope that it doesn't blend out into nothing. Hope you guys can't hear. My neighbor is doing construction on their back lawn porch area. They're rebuilding a brand new porch. And it's kind of funny because the one that they had up before was so beautiful. There was a couple that moved out and they had this like beautiful like Zen garden setup and this gorgeous walkout porch, or deck, I should say, not a porch, but it was a deck. Oh my gosh, it was so pretty. And then they just like ripped it all out. And I know that like obviously that stuff takes upkeep, so I get it. But it was like a damn shame when they got rid of that. I was sad. I was like, what are you guys doing? It was so pretty. So this is kind of blending out to be quite sheer. I mean, it looks nice. It was definitely the right shade. Like I'm looking in the viewfinder and I can definitely see some bronzing and some definition going on here, but it's not extreme by any means, which if you're into more of a everyday basic kind of look, I'm just going to try to build this up just a bit. I think that you would definitely enjoy something like this, more everyday looks. And I actually enjoy stuff like that too. Like when I go to work, I don't want full glam cut crease eyeshadow. I want makeup that looks effortless and natural. And that's the vibe that I'm getting from this. So you can still, you know, get your full coverage from a good foundation, but then you can also go ahead and sheer out a little bit more of a natural finish with a bronzer like this. And my hair is like stuck in my foundation. So it's no secret that this blends out nicely. As you guys can see, this is blending out absolutely beautifully on the skin. It's not bad. I would want a little bit more, but once we set the face, I'll probably layer a little bit of the butter bronzer on top. I figure when in Rome, why not? We're using all Physicians Formula products basically on the face, most of it is, so why not stick with that? Let's go ahead and move on to the blush. So again, this is their Dewy Blush Elixir with Superfruits. This one is in the shade Gorgeous Peach. Now I'm gonna swatch this for you guys just so you can see. This is, it's definitely warm, but I don't know if I would call this a peach shade. To me, this is borderline a little bit more of like a natural rosy look, but it is warm. So again, I'm just gonna use my beauty blender and I'm gonna pick up that product I just put on the back of my hand and just stamp this onto the cheeks. I have been dying to find just a good, nice, simple cream blush formula like this. Especially in the winter time because the cold months are coming and I want softer cream products that just look beautiful and glowy on the skin. This is really nice. Really pretty, and I'm getting like this glowy look from it. It doesn't have any shimmer or anything in it, but it's definitely giving my skin like this glowy, dewy look. Do you see that? That is stunning. Okay, we may have found a winner. Paired with this bronzer, it does look quite nice. I am into it. Beautiful. If you want a product like this, but you're afraid of it being like way too pigmented, look no further because this is just a beautiful hint of color, and they do have other shades as well. That is really pretty. Now, another product I had been meaning to review on my channel, this came out so long ago, but I do have the Butter Collection, their collaboration with Casey Holmes. I bought this like when it launched, and I tucked it away in a drawer, and I completely forgot about it. The only thing I used and tried out really in depth from it was the Muru Muru Butter Lip Cream that came in here, Pop the Bubbly, which as you can see, it's sirens. Okay, that lasted a long time. Wow. Okay, so I did take out the Pop the Bubbly Muru Muru Butter Lip Cream. It is a gorgeous color, but oh my God, the SPF in it just leaves the nastiest of nasty tastes in your mouth. So gross, you guys, and it's such a damn shame because the shade is so gorgeous, but I just can't with it. Let's go ahead and pop some of the Deep Butter Bronzer on the face. What brush do I want to use? I want something fluffy, nice and fluffy, but not too much. I'm gonna use this brush here. This is the Morphe Jaclyn Hill JH06. I love this bronzer. I haven't used it in so long. So I'm just gonna go ahead, just kind of pop that over here just to kind of help with that contour a bit and help that bronzer pop. I do have to say I am a huge fan of how these Physician Formula cream products are looking on the skin. Let me know if you guys agree. I think it looks really stunning, and the blush I am living for. It's just stunning. When products look soft and effortless like this, that is what I go for. I do want to set the face a little bit. Things are feeling a little bit tacky. I am going to use just a tad more of this Cherry Velvet Translucent Powder. I'm on the fence because I don't want to mattify my skin too much, so I'm just going to take this same brush because it is more of a very loosely packed brush. And I just kind of want to just set this down just a little bit. This is so gross, you guys, and I am debating if I even want to say this right now. Mixed with the scent of the Fenty foundation, it kind of smells like cat pee. It's a little gross. Okay, yeah, that's just a little strange. I'm just gonna say that, and we're gonna leave that statement right there, and we are going to move on. Another product from Kylie that I have in front of me, I picked up one of her brand new jelly highlighters. Again, this is something that launched with her birthday collection. I picked up the shade Family is Gold. This is a beautiful gold highlight. I don't know what it is recently, but I am totally into like really gold highlights. This has to be one of the most loose jelly formulas I have seen, and it is very messy. I'm already getting it all over my hands. So there's what it looks like. It is very opaque, very pigmented. Love gold highlights, but it's like I was kind of hoping that this would be just a little bit more icy, champagne-y, not so yellow, but again, we will see how everything looks. I'm going to start off by applying this with my Beauty Blender, just on the high points of the cheeks. I'm hoping it doesn't ruin my makeup because things are looking really nice right now. Wow. Okay, in the viewfinder, blinding. See, now I like when a highlighter looks like this, especially on camera and when you're taking photos, where it just kind of like sinks right into the skin and looks very natural and blends right out. It is very pretty. I do wish that it was just a little bit more champagne-y. Out of the colors that there was to choose from, this was the closest. I don't really like highlighters that are very rose peachy gold. I feel like it just kind of stands out on my skin in an odd way. So I did avoid that. There was one like that. And then I feel like there was one that was even more pinky. Not my thing. I go more gold champagne. But this is really beautiful on the skin, I do have to say. And I even powdered first, and this is even sitting nicely on top of the powder. It's just blending right into my skin. I bring a little bit down the nose. I do have a setting spray from Physicians Formula. This is their Organic Wear Nutrient Mist Facial Spray, another product that I am really excited for. I'm gonna go ahead and do a test spray to see how the mister is. I'm like, let's see. Nice. Smells very herbal. This one says it is a multitasking, moisturizing, hydrating, and nutrient-charged facial mist infused with a unique botanical floral blend. It tones, balances, and preps the skin. So you can actually use this as a prep as well, and you can actually use it right before you even put on serums, oils, balms, and creams. So it has rose hip oil, cactus flower, geranium flower oil, ylang ylang flower oil, marula oil, hyaluronic acid, jojoba oil, ginger root extract, and organic aloe vera. And actually all of the ingredients are almost organic in this. So let's go ahead and set down the skin. We'll see if it kind of helps with the powder situation we have going on here. It is a nice mister, smells really good, and it lays nicely on the skin. Obviously, a lot of these products, if you are someone who is very oily, I don't know how much you would like this, obviously. With the Pro Filter Foundation, the hydrating primers, probably want to stay away. I'd say this is more so geared, these products that I've tried anyway on my face are more geared more towards normal to dry skin, I would say. Because I'm loving this highlight, actually. I liked it more than I thought I would. That's really freaking gorgeous. I love the blush. I love the bronzer. We are looking very glowy and beachy, and I am here for it. Let's move on to the eyes. This is not a new product, but I did get this in a BoxyCharm. I have since canceled BoxyCharm, but I thought, why not? Let's whip it out. This is the Butter London Natural Goddess palette. This is mostly shimmers. They only have 2 matte shades in here, this blue shade and this very, very deep brown. So I don't know if we're gonna do all of that, but I do also have the shades in here from the Butter Bronzer palette as well. So I'm just gonna go ahead and create a quick eye look. All right, so just a very simple, quick eye look using shadows from this collection as well as the Butter London palette. So let's move on. Now, I know a lot of people have had a lot of question about this. I have had DMs asking me, oops, almost knocked that over. DMs asking about this. So I did also pick up brand new from Kylie, her brand new Kyliner. This is her first brush tip liquid liner. It's supposed to be super opaque, super black. We're gonna go ahead and attempt to get this on the eyes as well. So let's dive in. That went on way too easily, like way too easily. That is super black, super opaque. It just went on like butter. All right then, that was way too easy, you guys. This is hands down one of the easiest matte black liners, like matte liquid liners that I have ever used. This is really good. It is not bleeding or transferring or anything, and it's really black. It's funny because when she posted a promo for this, I think Crispy, she did an eye look with the new birthday collection, You're So Money eyeshadow palette, and she had this liner, and it almost like she had to keep layering it, but I didn't. This was really easy and really beautiful. I'm happy about that because I was really nervous about spending the money on it after I had seen some people talking about it, but you guys, that is really black. All right, moving on. We just have a couple more things to try out here. I have the new Lash Blowout Mascara. This is a collaboration between Dry Bar and IT Cosmetics. So let's go ahead and try that one out together. Now, I have used it one time before. I'll be totally honest with you, and I am on the fence about it. So I do want to give it one more shot. I'm really picky about mascaras, like really picky. The packaging is adorable though. Okay, so that is one coat. Not bad. I do really like the brush head. I feel like you can really get your lashes in the bristles, which I like. It's small enough, easy to get into the corner of the lashes, and it is layering nicely. I mean, it's not bad. It's not a bad mascara by any means. Is it my favorite that I've ever used so far? No. It's definitely something that's worth continuing to try. One thing I will say is that it applies quite nicely. First impressions are always kind of awkward with makeup because you want to describe it one way and you're like, oh, here's my first idea of this, but then you keep using it a little bit and you're like, well, maybe more so this. It's like your opinion changes within an instant. I like it better so far than the IT Cosmetics Superhero Mascara. I'm getting a lot more of like a fanned out effect from this, and it's pretty black. I think it actually looks pretty good. Definitely something I'm gonna have to keep playing with. I'm gonna put just a very light coat on my bottom lashes. I'm not even gonna dip the brush back in because like I said, it's a thick formula and I don't want clumpy lashes on the lower lash line by any means. But I think overall this eye look looks really beautiful. The eyeshadows look great, everything looks good. The eyeliner especially, wow, super impressed with that. All right, last product that we have here is another one from Physicians Formula Organic Wear. This is their new tinted lip treatment. I picked mine up in the shade Tawny Nude. Beautiful color, perfect for the look that we have going on today. They had quite a few different shades in this. Smells like vanilla. They had lipsticks too, but I kind of just wanted to go for a balm. God, foundation lips are not cute. That's really pretty. I like that. I am so into products like this that are easy because you know that they're going to wear off nice. You know, sometimes like a liquid lipstick, things can kind of flake and look uneven and gross, but this is something that actually seems very nourishing for the lips. It has organic coconut oil, jojoba oil, shea butter, and antioxidant vitamin E. So it's supposed to be very nourishing, skin pampering organic oils and butters. Yes, that feels really nice on the lips. Beautiful color payoff. I love how it looks with the rest of the makeup. You can even pop a little bit of lip liner on with this and then put this on if you want a little bit more definition on the lips. That's definitely what I would do. There you guys have it. A full face of brand new products with the exception of brows. Brows was the only thing I didn't have. Physicians Formula did release a brow product, but it was just like a brush-in brow gel, and I was like, nah, I know I'm going to want more than that. So pretty much though, everything else, brand new makeup. Let's go ahead and do a quick overview between the two primers here. Where is the Physicians Formula? Right here. Between Kylie, Physicians Formula, they're very, very similar. If you want something much more hydrating and you are way more on the dry side, and if you're sensitive to ingredients, I would go more towards the organic wear. The Kylie one though is really nice too. I could definitely see myself using both. Both gave a pretty decent fair amount of the same type of blurring. Both are hydrating. I'm not seeing a huge difference looking in the mirror. Maybe the Physicians Formula side has a little bit more of a dewy glowiness to it because it is just a tad more hydrating. One of the first ingredients in the Kylie is dimethicone, so I should mention that. If you're sensitive to that ingredient, or if you want something that feels more hydrating but more blurring, then maybe go for the Kylie. But I have to say I am a huge fan of this as well, the way that it went on my skin. First impressions. The Fenty Pro Filter Hydrating Longwear Foundation, it's really nice. I like the coverage that I get from it. It feels really good on the skin, dewy, glowy, exactly what we want out of a hydrating foundation. But I will say the fragrance in this is, it's a bit much. Like I can still kind of smell it on my skin. The Pacifica powder and the concealer, these I do not see myself touching again. The powder isn't bad, but again, the scent, when you smell it in its container, it smells very good, almost like sour cherry, but once you get it on the skin, and again, I don't know if it was obviously the scent mixed with the Pro Filter foundation was just like, ugh, gross. Borderline smelling like cat piss, girl. That is not cute. You don't want to be out on a date and having someone get close to you and being like, your girl smells like cat piss. We don't want that, so maybe don't mix the two together. I'll have to try this on its own again just to kind of see. The concealer is a major no. It didn't really do much for my under eyes at all. It looks a little bit better with powder set on top of it, but it definitely kind of brought out the color on my under eyes and just kind of sat kind of strange. It almost looked kind of chalky, where I was kind of thinking that this might even be more on the hydrating side. So that is another pass. The Physicians Formula Organic Wear Blush and Bronzer, I am a huge fan of this so far. These are beautiful, especially the blush. It just gives you this beautiful flush of dewy color, not too pigmented, blends out so easily and effortlessly and just sinks right into the skin. Gorgeous. I could have even layered it a little bit more, but if you're someone who wants to wear blush, you have dry skin, but you don't want something that is too pigmented and you already have like a little bit of redness to your skin and you just want to add that pop of flush where it's right, check this out. This is beautiful. The bronzer, again, you do have to layer it, but I don't mind that. And I think that it put down a beautiful base to put a little bit of bronzer on top of it. It looks very natural and it blends out very easily, nourishing, doesn't look too matte or dry on the skin. So those are also a home run product. The Kylie highlighter, I really love this. This is gorgeous. I mean, the glow is real. I keep looking in the viewfinder because it just looks so natural and beautiful, but adds a pop of gold. It's just sitting and sinking, not sitting. It is sinking into the skin and not sitting on top of the skin. It's not too metallic and it has no glitter in it. It's a really beautiful formula. The setting spray is nice. So far, I'm not noticing anything too crazy at all. It set my makeup down good, kind of took away from that powderiness. I do like the ingredients in this, so I'm gonna have to keep playing with it. It smells nice. Beautiful packaging, beautiful mister, so another thing to keep playing with. Kylie liner, gorgeous. I love this. This is like matte and opaque and just whoosh, glided on effortlessly, layered beautifully on top of the metallic shadows and the shadows that I used from the Butter London palette and the Casey Holmes palette. gorgeous. I cannot wait to keep playing with this. This is probably one of Kylie's best products that she has released because it is absolutely awesome. Love the Organic Wear tinted lip balms. These are so easy, especially for working gals, working boys, people who are on the run, want something that can just slip in their bag, just carry handy with them that is nourishing, and these are going to be your best friend come the winter months. It still feels really nice on the lips and the color is gorgeous. They have other colors as well. I do want to pick up more. Super affordable. Love that. I know that we didn't get to dip into the Auto Balm. This is from The Balm. This is their Girl Powder Cheeks on the Go palette. I was really excited to kind of try this because all the street names on here, so the names of the items in here are street names from New York City, which I thought was awesome. Really cute. And I thought that that was awesome too, which is why I picked that up. But unfortunately, just didn't get to it today, but I will keep you posted on that. Give this video a huge thumbs up if you liked it, share it, and of course be sure to subscribe to my channel before you go. This was fun. I look forward to doing more full face tests in the future, first impressions. Leave a comment down below and let me know what you thought about this. I love you guys so, so much. You know I do. I love you and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Bye guys.